This is a very serious threat. It's a war, and I fear some of the battles are being lost. When I was a young doctor, I knew antimicrobial resistance was there, but we've had a step change over the last 5 to 10 years from antimicrobial resistance, and a new antibiotic would come along and then we'd be out of the woods, to multiple antibiotic resistance, so that patients now, some of them, are almost untreatable, and we have a pipeline of new antibiotics that is almost empty.
If we don't take action, what is your doomsday scenario in the years to come?
Well, I've been trying to explain it by saying if you have a minor operation like I've had on my wrist and you get an infection that gets into your bloodstream, that in about 10, 20 years it may be untreatable and I might die of either this operation or a replacement hip, or indeed not be able to have the cancer treatments that are available at the moment, but are only possible when we suppress the immune system dramatically because we have antibiotics to protect people. We're particularly worried at the moment about E. coli and Klebsiella. They're both gram-negative bugs, which means they are carried in our bowels, and they have a high risk of entering the bloodstream and giving us septicemia, and many of them are antimicrobial resistance, and the death rate is double. It's 30% if you have an antimicrobial resistant one of these, whereas it's only still significant, 15% if you don't. We haven't had a new class of antibiotics since the late 80s, and there are very few antibiotics in the pipeline of the big pharmaceutical companies that develop and make drugs.
Why is that?
Well, we haven't, as a society, globally, incentivised making antibiotics. It's quite simple. If they make something to treat high blood pressure or diabetes, and it works, we will use it in our patients every day, whereas antibiotics are only used for a week or two when they're needed, and then they have a limited lifespan because of resistance developing anyway.